Hi, Zach.
I can't hear you.
I know, but the chat can hear us. I know, but the chat can hear us.
I missed it. Oh, could you check on the computer that's being captured? There's nothing there. Check on the streaming computer that there's no tabs open with the game. Garrett, on the streaming computer.
Once everyone is in their car, the game just...
Yeah, that's weird.
Do they have a microphone down there? Like, can they hear us at all? Or can they hear them downstairs at all?
Well, we can certainly hear them from being loud.
Well, yeah, but that's just David being David.
Here, I'm gonna see if I can make it audio.
You can get people who aren't playing Joust and aren't doing important things.
We got 4 bids for the buttons.
Well, we're not even on camera.
Alright, go.
I just don't know who actually, if they're getting our audio or if they somehow were able to switch audio to downstairs and now we don't have any.
There's no microphone downstairs. They're just hearing us chat
Okay.
about if they can hear them or not.
Okay. Man, this is awkward.
Man, we should
Chat listening to us?
I think chat's listening to us while they watch them play.
Oh, so you guys are commentating. Oh, yeah, so we can laugh at
Okay.
Color commentary.
Commentate.
We'll let Zach play a couple games and then...
Alright.
I'll get the Zach commentary.
We can hear them very lightly.
I think that's just their voices coming through the door up
There's
here.
apparently a real bad echo somewhere.
We have Matt on that echo.
There's teams.
So there's way too many windows open on this computer.
Oh, yeah. You know, Windows just like grow over time. Just baby windows make more baby windows, and then you have 100 tabs up.
Commentary.
How is window formed?
Like, let's do some commentary. There's some slapping
Zach
going
just got
around.
punched
Alright,
out by
Colin, are you
David.
going to be in charge of radio IGG or...
Sure, I can do that until Zach comes in.
What?
There's just
What you are witnessing right now is the beginning of the Johann Sebastian Joust tournament. There's a pause in the action as David Laurent is being told to shush. A very loud and boisterous opponent, but he is also very well known in the JS Joust tournament as being a very, very fancy competitor. They're starting out in the traditional circle. Everybody has got their glow wands ready. They bow. Very, very great sportsmanlike here in the league. Justina makes a move, and Garrett seems to get out of that. David makes a move and takes out Kris. Lena, I think, just moved around and did not get to do anything that round, and so now it's Justina and David. And Justina has unfortunately made a fatal error that has given David the match. Joining me now is Zach Cameron as our color commentator. Zach, good to see you as always.
Pleasure to be here, Colin. Thank you for having me.
Is the echo bad, or is the echo going down?
All right, we are into the next round. Elena immediately gets Justina out. Daniel Ching has joined the crowd. Daniel always seems to be a sleepy opponent, but he's always able to get you in the end there.
Indeed, and you notice that both Daniel and Elena appear to be from the same team, but in this particular league they are entering as their own contestants here. They're not on the same team. The purple team is being divided. I believe it's called friendly competition.
Oh yes, absolutely.
I mean, sport, and we do heartily encourage that.
In order to excel as a team, you must be able to play off of one another, both in competition and in cooperation.
Absolutely. You see, Alexander Young here, being very sportsmanlike here. He did suffer an injury in last season.
It's very inspirational to see him there.
It really
on the
is,
field.
And we do wish him a speedy recovery for that.
Yes, indeed.
Hopefully he will not sustain any more injuries, as I understand.
Yes.
He does still train every day, and so...
And unfortunately, David Laurent has taken Xander out in a very
what a shame.
sleight of hand-ish behavior. Justina goes for a kick and misses, and unfortunately she falls a bit too much and is out.
Indeed.
David once again takes the round.
You see, it seems to me that a prime component of David's strategy is his deception, and I think that he really has helped the game evolve in the last few leagues. in terms of the way deception is viewed and played. And so I think that his style will be really taken to heart by a lot of players as of this season here.
He's also got a nice frame to work with when it comes to being able to just sort of put himself in there without having to take too much away from his own play.
Absolutely, having long arms can be an advantage, but I think that there's many people often overstate that advantage. I'd like to point, for example, to Elena, who is managing to fend him off relatively well despite her smaller size.
Just a slap there and then it's over.
Unfortunately,
and Daniel,
it seems that they both got each other out. Yes, an even trade, and Mr. Ching is in the lead again.
All right, we have a new combatant.
Another Team Purple member here, but once again, this is a one-player league here, so they are going to have to be competing against each other. Let's see if it does come down to the purple team. Team IGG has had a lot of chance to practice since last year. However, playing against each other,
they have both struck themselves out.
Indeed.
David seems to be accompanying some sort of waltz rhythm to his movements.
This seems like somewhat of a grudge match here. I do recall in last season, David and Travis did hold several matches, and it seemed rather an even split. But we'd like to see sportsmanship here, and it seems that they're keeping it civil, which is good.
Indeed. Alright, next round begins, and immediately Shannon goes for Elena. I don't know how successful that will be, as I cannot hear the music at the moment to see how fast her house load is going. Kris has joined, and it looks like he was knocked himself out, but he took Elena with him. Shannon looks like to be the victor in that one. I don't know what happened between David and Travis, but...
Excellent. Although Shannon's victory pose definitely right on the edge of being a little showboaty for our tastes here. We at Radio IGG really do appreciate the sportsmanship of winning gracefully.
Yes.
Oh, almost taken out.
And there it goes.
Taken offense to that as well. Garrett.
It's Garrett and Travis left. Looks like they may be fiddling with the lights.
Special challenge mode.
Oh, excellent.
Indeed.
It seems that this year the judges have made efforts to sort of appeal to the younger audiences, and I suppose that's all well and good as long as the decorum can be maintained here.
Yes.
Deploying the buzzsaws.
Could somebody take care of that, please? I think that was left over from the robot battles that happened last afternoon.
Excellent. We'll take a quick break from the commentary to talk about the music here. It's a nice little tune from Johann Sebastian Bach.
Yes, it's a very beautiful piece. I am drawing a blank on the name at the moment, but it has a very unique rhythm to it, especially when it's being sped up and slowed down at random intervals.
Indeed, and I believe the underlying music for the next few jousts will also be by Johann Sebastian Bach, and we will come back to the music as we progress in this league here.
Yes, unfortunately, the music is a bit quiet for many people because in the arena there is no microphone, which is why you're getting our lovely commentary here at Radio IGG. We thank you for tuning in on this Sunday evening. We know you have a lot of choices when it comes to Johann Sebastian Joust tournaments, and we thank you for choosing ours. We'd like to remind you that we are also giving away some GG buttons. If you are interested in those, please go to our auction channel and make a bid. Bids start at $5, and we will be taking the highest bid for those GG buttons. If we are auctioning more than one at a time, it will be the top two or three bids for the GG buttons. And when you win them, you will need to give us your information, particularly your mailing information, and we will gladly send those to our good friends at ggbutton.com, and they will mail you your GG button. Look, going back to the match now, it seems a classic opening by David Laurent, but Travis comes in sneakily to try and knock him out, and is successful. Travis seems to have a very casual stance. He holds his wand behind his back. A very effective move, but I'm not sure if he's really paying attention to what's going on in his back. He effectively knocks out everybody just by a simple slap. Looks like Xander's cast seems to have done the job. And it looks like Travis was victorious in that situation. And the traditional bow, we are into our next round.
Another note on music here. This is the cello suites from Bach, played by Yo-Yo Ma here. A beautiful piece for this particular joust. Coming up for the next 2 hours or so will be the cello suites by Johann Sebastian Bach, played by Yo-Yo Ma.
Beautiful piece. I always love the cello suites. Shannon makes a fatal error there and has now been knocked out of the round. It is just Xander and Travis.
Both Shannon and Xander playing an interesting strategy here. The underhanded tactic, not making a slight on their sportsmanship, but in fact they hold the controller upside down. I believe the logic underlying that is easier to hold and hide your controller when necessary.
Yes.
It seemed to have proven ineffective this joust round.
Is this still free for all at the moment, or is it going into a team matches?
I believe that this is a free for all here. This is very much a warm up for many of these players, as many of them did not have a chance to play earlier on in this league here.
And Elena, by being very, very passive that round, seems to have taken the match.
Yes.
Very interesting strategy. Very
Absolutely.
interesting.
Joined here is our guest commentator, Kris Calabio. Kris, how do you feel about the joust so far?
It's very exciting.
It is, indeed.
Yes, indeed.
Excellent. Very most exciting. Kris will be chiming in later in the hour here to offer some more insightful commentary. In the meantime, we do have the 3 left here. Oh, I'm sorry, 4. 4 left. A quick flurry of activity. Travis
seems to have declared victory a bit too early.
Yes,
a bit too early.
A tragic moment.
Garrett there seemed to not have been paying attention to his right flank and was single-handedly taken care of by Alex Eisner there.
And really, I believe that shows as well as any why you should really be respectful of the other players.
Indeed.
Celebratory antics are really not appreciated here in the Johann Sebastian Jousting League, and especially not here at Radio IGG.
Looks to be like Alex Eisner just seemed to have moved there for a moment and has completely eliminated himself from the match. And now it looks like Travis might be holding off a barrage from 2 and has taken David
Garrett
Laurent
is being very patient here, very patient, hoping that that virtual will net him the win in this joust.
He absolutely knows when to make his move. I will give him that.
Indeed.
A little bit of a struggle here, possibly a thumb more, and just a reach around,
using his
and
larger
Travis
size.
seems to have taken the match.
Indeed, Travis does know how to use his advantage to his advantage.
Yes, having a very long reach is a very wonderful thing to have when you are a participant in this type of championship.
This is very exciting.
Indeed it is. Justina is back on play now. We shall see how well she does, and immediately she is knocked out by Alex Eisner. No, she is not. Alex Eisner made a critical error there by hitting the gun a bit too early.
And over the next couple of jousts, we would love to hear from our listeners out in the world there. We'd be happy to answer any questions you have regarding the jousts or the commentary here on the air. So you can go ahead and send those in the chat or tweet at us at IGGmarathon.com.
Unfortunately, Janasu hats do not give you any sort of advantage in terms of points or style in the Johann Sebastian Joust League.
Indeed, this league is based entirely on skill, and I think that that's very commendable here.
Yes, all of these participants have trained, and they are ready for the battles that await them.
Absolutely.
They do not need any sort of flash or style to give them an unfair advantage.
Another interesting thing to note is that all of these players have set salaries. We unlike other large sports, we do not pay our players solely based on some sort of collection of numbers. We believe that everyone should be paid fairly, and so all of these players are paid exactly the same.
Rounds being thrown in the favor of one contestant or another have actually been very rare in Johann Sebastian Joust. I believe the last one was the big Joust scandal in 1962. I think it was Sir Edward Bishop threw the match because he had bet money against his opponent.
Actually, Colin, I'm going to have to correct you there. You were right. In fact, that was the last time the scandal was proven correct. However, last year did see a couple of accusations thrown around, although nothing was ever made of it, and there were no complaints filed, no formal complaints. So in terms of accusations, last year was rather scandalous. However, I do stand behind the players and their camaraderie and their sportsmanship with each other. I don't believe that there was any foul play involved. But yes, what did you say? 1962.
1962
was the most recent confirmed case of any sort of rigging or favoring players during the jousts.
That is very interesting.
Unfortunately, here we at Radio IGG do not cover the Chinese round, so we cannot comment on any sort of questions on that. But I'm sure that our other networks here who do a lot of other commentating can comment on that. However, we do cover the American IGG and other world leagues, so you can stick with us for coverage later on. And tomorrow, for example.
For those of you just joining us, this is Johann Sebastian Joust. We are watching the official leagues for Johann Sebastian Joust here in America. It is a simple game involving PlayStation move-ons and classical music by none other than legendary composer Johann Sebastian Bach.
Quick side note here, the music underlying this particular joust is by Bach, and it's the cello suites played by Yo-Yo Ma. Yes. It's a beautiful piece. So the rules of the game, Colin. What does it take to be considered in the game?
In order to be in the game, you must have a sense of finesse with your PlayStation Move controller. Essentially, what you must do is you must keep your wand from being hit, essentially being tagged or triggered in a violent way. The music comes into play in the sense that the music plays either very, very fast or very slow or at normal speeds. This determines the threshold with which you can move with your PlayStation Move wand. If the music is moving very, very slow, even just a simple nudge of your PlayStation Move wand will knock you out of the competition. However, when the music speeds up, your threshold becomes a lot more lenient, and then you can run around the arena with a lot less finesse and a lot more grandiose gestures without getting tagged. So the strategy involves making very, very precise movements when you have to, and being able to put yourself in a strategic position of advantage when the music is going very fast. But usually in these types of matches, it is, at least with American championship rules, it is a free-for-all tournament. There is also a team league. Today we are mostly just focusing on the free-for-all competition.
Absolutely, although I believe we will be covering the beginning of the team league before we move on to other coverage at 7:30 here. It seems that the players are running out of stamina here. Clearly they're getting tired and losing their decorum here. I see some smiles, I see some laughing, and that's a shame, because this is exactly the sort of behavior that led to the scandal that we mentioned earlier in last year's league.
Yes. Now, who were the participants in that league? Do you remember?
Well, many of the same players as today. In fact, I was a participant in that league, and I was so disgusted with some of these accusations that I decided that I would not participate in this league aside from the ceremonial opening jousts. I think that commentating here and lending my wisdom to the commentary was the best way for me to really help publicize this sport here.
Understandable. So what you saw right there is a very, very wild move there. I believe it was Elena made a grab for the competitor Garrett's wand and ended up grabbing a fistful of shirt there. It looked like Garrett might have been successful in that endeavor.
Yes.
Good try. We got audio from downstairs.
Okay. So you will now be able to hear the audio of the competitors as well as the music that they're playing. This might be a good time to turn off the cello suites by Johann Sebastian Bach.
Indeed. Those noises you hear are the official league noises for when a player enters the game.
It lets you know that the wand is ready and that the match is ready to begin.
Indeed.
Looks like Garrett and David Tom are out here in the front. Vicious attack, and it looks like David has been
well-placed parry.
Very good parry.
Yes. Some similar play back in the rear of the foyer here. Travis being very mobile in this joust today.
He's able to move around the stage with a lot of grace and a lot of fluid movement, and he's able to stay alive. And I think that deserves a GG.
You'll find out.
I believe in about 1 or 2 jousts, the team league will start. We'll be able to see a couple of those team games before we move our coverage on.
Now, Zach, would you like to talk a little bit more about the developers of this game?
Absolutely, they are from Copenhagen. We here at Radio IGG had a fantastic interview with them yesterday, where they talked about the inspiration behind this game and the reception for this game. One thing's clear is that they did not expect this to blow out of proportion like it has. And, the Chinese League, the American League, the IGG League, so many leagues are popping up all around the world for this sport. It's really taken off, and we're very glad for that.
If I recall, the Koreans are actually going to be starting up their own league.
I believe so.
Next year.
And I really do hope it can become as popular as some of the other Korean sports that go on in Korea.
Much of the classic electronic sports come from Korea, of course, StarCraft 2, League of Legends, and those regions have seemed to have been dominant in recent years, but the tides seem to be turning.
Indeed.
And it'll be interesting to see how the Korean world adapts and creates new strategies for Johann Sebastian Joust. I had the pleasure of speaking with some of the developers of Johann Sebastian Joust at GDC this year.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
And they were very excited about what we did last year here at IGG Radio with JS Joust, and they were definitely looking forward to what we did and what we were going to do this year with the game.
I will be taking my leave very soon for the ceremonial opening of the Team Joust. I will return for more commentary before we leave.
The game won't start. Oh, you're... Okay. Oh, you were trying. Okay, sorry.
We want to thank you again for watching IGG Radio. Again, you are watching the Johann Sebastian Joust tournaments. My name is Colin Wheelock. My co-commentator Zach Cameron will be here momentarily after he does the opening ceremonies for the team tournaments that will be starting momentarily. With me now is another commentator, Kris Calabio. Kris, do you have anything you'd like to add to these matches at the moment?
This is all very interesting.
It's very interesting, and it's a very exciting competition. It looks like the teammates are going to be getting ready for the team tournament at the moment. We just want to point out that we are currently still accepting donations for Child's Play charity. If you are interested in our work, please donate at IGGmarathon.com. Your donations will increase the amount of time we have to play games for, and you can also give us suggestions and tell us what games you would like us to play. All of the money we raise goes to Child's Play charity, which helps out children in children's hospitals by donating toys and money and games to those organizations around the world. We are mostly playing independent games, and right now, as you can see, we are working on getting the next round of Johann Sebastian Joust going.
In fact, Colin, unfortunately, due to some complications, there will be no more Johann Sebastian Joust.
Quite a pity. Quite a pity.
This league is sort of dropped the ball once again. Although there are no accusations of unsportsmanlike conduct, unfortunately the league seems to have really downgraded their production value here, and so we're unable to even host a teams league.
A shame.
As is the case, we will have to end our coverage of the league for Johann Sebastian Bach. Kris, before we sign off here, do you have any other commentary on what you've seen of the single player?
It was all very interesting, amusing, and exciting.
Indeed.
Very well said. Very well said.
Yes. Well, for all of us here at IGG Radio and for the Johann Sebastian Joust Leagues, I am Colin Wheelock.
I'm Zach Cameron.
I'm Kris Calabio.
And we thank you for joining us this evening.